evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hopefully another exciting edition of UFRL. This time tonight we are with Tier 2 in the lovely country of Holland, down at a racetrack called Zandvoort. So here we are. Lads just coming out for their qualifying laps now. We've got... who we got out on the outlap? We've got Jar Jar Bing. Oh, I should probably put the old Maparoo on, shouldn't I? No, not that one. No, not that one. Yeah, I do. Cool. So obviously everybody on outlap. We've got a RB of Kyle WBA KL 39. He is going to be the first one to start a flying lap, closely followed by Titan, I believe. It is Titan. Very close behind him, so he'll be looking to get probably a little drag, a little slipstream, but could this hinder his rate? No, he's coming into the pits, so we go back to Carl, who starts his first flying lap of the evening. We have a Ferrari already in the wall of William. He's not going to be best pleased with that, as Kyle is just coming round past him now, so I don't know if that's hindered him a little bit. Not sure what happened to William there. He's now starting to get going, as Kyle obviously puts in the fastest first sector so far. There is a car in front of him. I believe there might be Stepney Luke. It is. He's getting out of the way. We've got another Haas getting out of the way of a Haas down the bottom, coming to the end of Sector 2 now for KL. And he puts in a 48.3. Titan has retired from session, so I believe that is a engine penalty this evening. So you see Kyle now coming to the end of his flying lap. DRS is open, battery will be deployed. And I thought he was coming into the pits, and I was quite shocked. Across the line he goes, 109.3. Good start for him, as we have the Ferrari coming through next. Where is he? There he is. Tesco's twisting a 109.2, so straight up into P1 with him. Bam puts in a 110.3 for his first flying lap. Adam Sweet in a 111.5. So already a little gap between potential pole and potential fifth place at the moment, as we have Batman puts the McLaren up into P3 at the moment, 110 flat, still some 6-7 tenths off P2 at the moment. P1 and P2 close to each other time wise, so hopefully both of them will be looking to improve later on, as we see Wacky Racer reserving up for from tier 3 to tier 2 today. Comes across the line in a 113.2, very respectable 113.2. Obviously F1 Hack, I'm assuming, had an issue with that lap. He's out on another flying lap. Stepney Luke puts in a 109 flat. What a lap from the Williams driver there. Puts Williams as a number 1 and number 10 at the minute. So the whole grid's in a Williams sandwich, as we have a McLaren getting out of the way. King Luke will be coming across the line shortly. There is yellow flag in sector 1 for Williams. I believe it's getting out of the way. So King Luke pops himself into P5 or 110.3. So 3 tenths off Batman, 2 and a bit tenths off Batman, but he'll be looking to improve on that. Sol Stevens in the pit, Bevan in the pits. William is on an outlap again. Hopefully he doesn't have another crash into that hairpin there. Does look like he has got through. Titan is confirming he has a quali ban. Thank you very much, Titan. As we saw another driver. No, it's just William on an outlap at the minute. Yes, so he's on an outlap, so he's not even on a flying lap yet. So we've got anybody. Bakey's missing his front wing, so he's at a coming together somewhere. Wacky's in the pitch. Adam Sweet. It's saying he'd gone purple in his first sector, so if this is another flying lap from Adam, he's doing a sterling job. A little bit wide there. It's not deploying a DRS. I think he is coming to the pits. Oh, he has deployed his DRS. Just a little bit late on that. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable doing it. But he does improve time 1:11.122. So he has improved on his first flying lap. As Jar Jar coming round to start an in lap, I assume. Going very slowly. If that's a fast lap, then he should just retire. As Bevan has retired from session. Does Bevan have a an engine penalty as well? I didn't see who had engine bans. As William is. Well, I know he's on the flying lap. He is. He's gone purple first sector, so good first sector. We do have gaggle of cars up ahead of him. One being his Ferrari teammate. I believe there's a Haas and an Aston in front of him as well. As the RB gets out of the way very nicely. William comes down towards the end of sector 2 here. DRS is open. Battery would have been deployed a little bit. 48.9. Doesn't even tell me if it's faster or slower. So, we'll be finding out when he crosses the line. How far up do you reckon he's going to be? I think he's going to be in 4th. We've got yellow flags set to 1. I believe that's for a car getting out of the way. As with DRS, battery deployed. Comes across the line. 1:10.2. 1:10.2 puts him in 7th position at the moment, so he'd be looking to improve on that. We have Tesco's, who is starting another flying lap, will be looking to improve on his time. As we see Woody, I missed Woody, putting a 1:09.204, so 1,000th of a second slower than Tesco's, so they are very evenly matched so far. As Tesco's puts in the first sector, he's purple in his first sector, so he's starting off quite nicely. There is an Aston Martin in front of him, but I think it might be further enough away, but I don't know if he's on a flying lap as well. If not, should be hoping he gets out of the way rather quickly. We're coming towards the end of sector 2 here. He's up in sector 2. He's up by a 10th in sector 2, so he's definitely looking to get closer to Stepney Luke in the Williams car. All depends on how his last sector is going to be. DRS is open. Battery is fully deployed or depleted. I believe he does put in a 1:08.9. What a lap from Tesco's there. First driver into the 1:08s. And he does it on his second run. Stepney Luke, what do you have next to come now? You've got to improve. We've got yellow flags out in sector 3. I think they're all destroyed track. Just starting his final lap there, I think. Got a bit wide, so maybe he's going to bail, or maybe that was a fast lap. And I come to the end of it. Bam. Not on a flying lap. If these 3 are on a flying lap, this is very unfortunate. Oh no, it's just a Batman on a flying lap here. As he does do purple first sector and a purple middle sector, so he's half a second up in his middle sector apparently. So let's see what he does here around the final corner here. DRS open now. And full deployment of the battery, I believe. Making sure the back stays planted though. You don't want to lose the back end there. Puts himself in 7th, moves himself one place up over Bam. As Bakey Gaming pops himself up into P9 now. Just finishing that lap off. We have a Ferrari going into the pits. An Aston there of Jar Jar coming into the pits. Williams. Is that Wacky Racer starting a lap? He's starting a lap now, so he's looking to improve on his 1:13.2. Let's follow him around for a bit, see how he gets on. As Woody puts in a 1:08.8, 1/10 faster than Tesco's. Stepney Luke now down to P3. What has he got in response to these fast laps coming in now? He is coming to the end of his lap. He does look like he's slower. He's bailed on this lap, so he knew he was slower. So he's coming in with a new set of boots. And he'll be off, hopefully trying to improve on that lap by Woody. What a lap that was. Let's go back down to Wacky. He's up by 8/10 in the middle sector. Or was that the first sector? He's up by a second. He's up by a second in the middle sector. This is looking like it's going to be a fantastic lap from Wacky Racer here. Up by a whole second. And he's just invalidated his lap. Oh, he'll be gutted. Absolutely gutted with that. He's going to have to come into the pits. Oh, he'll be unhappy with that one. That was looking a second faster he was. As William now starts his second flying lap of the day. Hybrid coming towards the end of his lap. Starting a flying lap now. So we've got William. King Luke has retired. Why is King Luke retired? What is he retired for? Got Jar Jar on an outlap. Hybrid is on a fast lap. He's up by nearly 2 tenths in the first sector. Got yellow flags in sector 2. I believe that's cars just slowing because they're thinking everybody else is on the fast lap. As Hybrid, he's binned it. He's in the gravel. He's lost. I'm not sure what happened there. I was looking at the map, but he lost obviously the back end of the car, and he's corrected over into the gravel. He's just run a little bit wide. Either way, that lap is not gonna count for him, so you might as well just come into pits, get a new set of boots on as well, and go for one more lap as William pops himself up into P4 with a 109.1. So fantastic laps coming in here from all these tier 2 drivers now. Woody still the guy to beat, 108.8. Tesco's at a 108.9. 7 Luke 109 flat, and William in a 109.1. Destroy Jack 109.3. Is he on a flying lap himself? See the gravel marks left there by Hybrid earlier on. As Destroyer Drac comes across the line for the end of the second sector. He's down in the second sector, so is he gonna bail on this one and come into the pits, or does he feel like he can? This is where he lost all his time before and he can gain it all back. I think he might be. Where he's got his DRS open, he's staying very close to the bottom. Is he coming into the pits? He's gonna go across the line. He will put in a 109.2, so he does improve on his time. So obviously he lost a little bit of time, but he's gained a lot more back in the final sector. So we looking to improve as Jar Jar brings up the Aston Martin into P10 with 109.8. He'd be reasonably happy with that lap. So as we come down to the last 4 minutes of qualifying, we have Woody going back out for another outlap. Going up for his final outlap, I believe, in a 108.8. So that is the time to beat. Tesco's not too far away from him. Tesco's was the first one into the 108s. Woody then went just a little bit faster. So he's looking to improve on his provisional pole position at the moment. So he's looking at that. Drac is just going to on an in lap. Jar Jar is on an in lap as well, I believe, as taking a bit of the gravel trap with him there. Is Jar Jar on a flying lap? No, he's not on a flying lap. So Jar Jar is going to be coming in. There he is. Hybrid on an outlap. Salty is on an outlap. Bakey still in the pits. Still a bit of time to play with. Moody on an outlap. Adam the Sweet is still in the pits. As we have Woody starting his final flying lap of the evening. Can he improve any more on his provisional pole position? Titan, woohoo, I'm at the back. Well, at least you're not on your own. So yes, as we see Woody coming to the end of his first sector, he was down in his first sector, so he's not improved in his first sector. The minute we have Hybrid, who I think is next across the line, starting his flying lap, as Woody losing the back end a little bit, getting a bit squirrely coming out of the corner. That will not have helped his tyres, but he's only going to use them for one lap. So what's he got in the second sector? He's down in the second sector, so that has cost him. Maybe he's going to bail on this lap and then just go Pete Tong for the final lap here. He has enough time to go round one more. He's gonna come into the pits. Maybe he's just had enough. Maybe I don't think he'll get back out. But we have KL coming toward. Just finished his first sector. I didn't see if he was up or not. Hack just going through the first sector now. Let's see how he gets on in the first sector. Will he be improving on his time? Comes to the end of it. He's almost identical to his previous fastest lap. We got Hybrid now coming across the line. He is faster. Does improve his time, but doesn't improve his position. He will be P11 or lower. Woody's in the pits. Tesco's is coming to the end of his flying lap here. No, he's not, because he's just about to start, or he's coming in because something has happened. Or was he trying to give William a bit of a tow? William comes across the line to start his flying lap. Stepney Luke also looking to improve on his time, but he's not going to do it this time around. So is this the start of his flying lap? I sure hope so, because otherwise he's really just given up for that lap. We've got WBA Kyle. He has... Hang on a minute. Was WBA always there? No, I don't think he was. Fairly sure he was further down, but he's improved up to P2. Tesco's down in the first sector. Is he going to be down in the second sector? He's up in the second sector. He's improving, but is it enough? Is it enough to improve as Salty Stevens retires from the session? Is this going to be enough for Tesco's to take back pole position from Woody? Not sure if he's got much battery left. What's it going to be? He comes across the line. Doesn't improve on his position. Improves on time, but not the position. Fantastic effort here, lads, as we have F1 Hack surely coming into pits. Yes, he is. Stepney Luke is now pushing to the line. Can he improve on 5th place? He goes even faster. He puts in a 108.7. Absolutely brilliant. Saved the best till the last lap. Fantastic job there. Destroyer Drac is up in the middle sector as well. Coming round the final corner. DRS open. Battery is fully deployed. What can he do? Can he improve on 109.2? He does improve. He 109.1. Pops him into P6. Drops William down to P7. Bakey Gaming, what can he do? Comes across the line. 109. Slower than he was originally, and Moody is coming across the line now, and I don't know what position he went, but what a lap from Stepney Luke there, saving his best to the last lap, and wow. So your top 3 are separated by less than a tenth. Stepney Luke is your pole sitter with a 108.7, Woody P2 and a 108.8, and WBA Kyle KL39 108.8. P4 is also Tesco's Meadows with 108.9. So your top 4 in the 108s, and that was an absolutely fantastic end to qualifying there. Well done, Stepney Luke, for that lap. Yeah, so we shall be back in about 5 minutes. I'll wait for them to put the time up before I go and get myself a drink. But yeah, what a qualifier session there from all the drivers. Everybody putting in some great improvements in the middle part of qualifying and also at the end of qualifying. Quite a few people came up there. Ghost 22, you would have gotten P1 if you went. I guess you went faster than the rest. Yeah. I mean that yeah, that is generally what happens. Jar Jar Bong is really good fit too, is he? Is he now? See, I've heard mixed stories about this Jar Jar Bong guy. I believe it was actually Jar Jar Bing is the name you're talking about here, not even Joe Jar Bong. When you can't even spell your own name right, that's just embarrassing, really, isn't it? Just embarrassing. But yes, we have 5 minute break. We'll be back in just over 4 minutes now. Do go and get yourself a drink. Go and do what you need to do. But make sure you're back here for the start of Tier 2 race at 2032. Thank you very much. And welcome back, everybody. Hope you all got your drinks, your beverages, maybe cups of tea, cups of coffee, maybe got a brownie or two. Who knows? But we're just now moments away from the start of the Zandvoort Tier 2 Grand Prix. Titan says no. Warm Forest, we love you. Don't apologise. It's all good, buddy. It's all good, all good. But you just focus on the race now. Need the Astons. We need points. You're getting dumb. Wait, no. Just warm the forest. I'm not a tree. What? I swear. Warm forest. What? Warm for the rest. Oh, boy. Oh, I can't read. I can read, but yeah. The drivers can be readying up now. I believe the 8:32 is now. So warm the rest. Focus as the red lights come on. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are go in Zandvoort. We have no sound. Why is there no sound? I've got no control over anything. There we go, and we're back in the game. I don't really understand what's happening, but whoever Stephanie Luke stays off into the lead. Woody in second place. Little lock up there from Woody. Tesco sees an opportunity to get past him up here, but he thinks better of it. Sticks in behind Woody. WBA is in P4. Drac and Hack, Destroyer Drac and F1 Hack are battling together. That's gonna make William's eyes widen, seeing two teammates battle out, because that's never going to end in the way that you want it. But now we seem to calm down a bit. The drivers seem to be coming through as Moody trying to go up the inside of King Luke there. King Luke having none of that. Shows him a place, but Moody could be in a position to lose places. And we have movements up ahead. We have a spin. Hybrid is round. Hybrid is round. Hybrid is round. He's in the gravel. Was there contact between others? There seems to be. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? We have Bevan being absolutely annihilated for some reason. We have a Wacky Racer off into the. He has a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Bevan, and Bevan is there. Titan is coming into the pits. Wacky Racer is coming into the pits as well. So Hybrid is carrying on, but what an energetic start to that race. Just as I said, it was calming down. We had Hybrid spinning round, and Wacky then apparently just having enough of the McLaren next to him and just thought, nah, I don't like you. I'm going to smash you. And yeah. So, as we have the virtual safety car out at the moment, we'll just take a little breather. Stephanie Luke does have a second lead over Woody now. So the safety car VSC has helped him. Maybe he's just keeping that delta as low as he can, but just staying in the green, as they say. No, we don't need that one. We want that one. Hybrid has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Oh, this is just turned from bad to worse for a Hybrid there. We don't need that one on, do we? Let's have a look at the old position changes. The top two stayed the same. Stephanie Luke is just out of the second window there. So Woody did have DRS, but we're okay. We're halfway there. Tesco's is up one place. Destroyer Drac up 2 places. WBA down 2. Hack up down 1. William has stayed in 7th position. He is hoping that the cars in front. There's more collision. We have the Alpine of Hack and running a bit wide there into the final to one of the corners there. As William was trying to come around the outside, and Hack just seemed to turn into him. But I'm sure the stewards will be looking at that as Bam is now looking to get through past Hack after seeing what's happened. Does Hack have any wing damage? I don't know if he does. Looks like all his end plates are there. No, he's missing his front right end plate, so that will hamper him in the corners. Bam will want to get past him as quick as he can because he's obviously pulling away from William, as William is obviously pulling away from Hack, and will soon be out of that 1 second window, as he is already out of the window. So this is going to cost Bam, and so behind. His Bam is already up 1 place. Batman is unfortunately down 1 place as well. Woody sets the fastest lap of the race. Baker Gaming up 1 place. Jar Jar being down 1. Salty Stevens up 1. Moody up 3. The 2 Red Bulls next to each other on track. King Luke has remained in P14. Adam this week's had a good start. Up 2 places to 15th. Bevan up 2 places in the McLaren. Could have been higher. I don't know. But Titan is also up 2 places. Hybrid down 6 because he had to take a little spin through the gravel trap. And Wacky Racer down 4 places, obviously serving his 10-second penalty as well. So he is now 26 seconds behind Hybrid in front. So Stephanie Luke, Woody now in the 1 second window. of Stepney Luke. This will be quite dangerous for Stepney Luke now. He'll obviously want to get a good exit around this sort of tilted bend. I don't know what it's called. He'll want to really have a good exit here, but it looks like Woody has had a better exit. He is closing down rapidly on the Williams driver. Stepney Luke goes defensive. Woody goes to the outside. Is around him on the outside. Is Stepney Luke going to hold it on the inside line? I don't think he's going to. I think Woody has got this done, and he has got it done. Stepney Luke drops down to P2. So after 5 laps, Woody is now into lead. There's a slight lock up there into the hairpin corner. Stepney Luke will want his P1 back unless Woody has anything to say about it. Tesco's will be looking to get past. Stepney Luke. There you see, an opportunity moment. Let's just see what the tyre strats are. They're all on mediums except for Salty Stevens, who started on the hards. Titan also started on hards, and Wacker Racers obviously coming to the pits for his stuff as well. Titan is Salty Stevens. What's happened to Salty Stevens there? He's dropped down places. He dropped down a fair few places there. Did he run wide? He was behind his teammate, so he's dropped a few places there. We'll come back to that in a moment. Woody still in the lead, coming around the final corner. How close is Stepney Luke? Is Stepney Luke going to get past him? Is Woody going to defend? Is he going to make him go around the long way? Woody takes the racing line, making Stepney Luke go on the inside. Woody still sort of holding around the outside, does surrender that position to Stepney Luke. Another little position swap from these. Tesco's is just sitting calmly behind him. Again, another little lock up from Woody into the hairpin there. We have Destroyer Drac in P4 at the moment. We have Bevan and Salty Stevens side-by-side action almost here. As I think Salty Stevens is on the hard tyres. He is on the hard tyres. He's going round the outside. Bevan holds the inside line. Who has got the better drive up the small little circuit hill there? It is going to be Salty Stevens, who does take P16 or P15 away from Bevan. Nip back up there now to top 3 here. Tesco's still just sitting, waiting patiently behind for these two to, in his world, hopefully have a coming together so he can just take over the lead. Destroy Drac is 2 seconds down the road, back up the road from Tesco's Meal Deals. William is a further 2 seconds behind. WBA is still within the 1 second of William, but he'll be hoping to stay there so he can close up the gap. Stepney Luke and Woody trade places again. Woody up the inside, has a little waggle of his tail as he gets past him. Moody and Batman are coming together. Tesco still sitting patiently behind. Woody again with another lock up. It's not going to be helping his size. Bakey Gaming gets past F1 Hack, but F1 Hack is fighting back. Bakey Gaming says no thank you, and I will continue on my merry way into the hairpin. I do not want any damage here. Hack will obviously want to get that back. Jar Jar is closing up to the back of Hack very quickly. Why has it gone to this camera angle? I don't like it. But he had a look, a little sniff down the inside there, but thought better of it. It's probably not the best place to go in. Hack, as Batman is in the pits, getting rid of the medium tyres. I believe Titan is in the pits again, putting on medium tyres and a new front wing. So that's going to hamper his chances of finishing higher up during this race. The closest battle we have on track, we have these 4 cars of F1 Hack, Jar Jar being King Luke and Moody. Relatively close. We have a Hack is outside of the ERS window. Jar Jar being does have it. He's ran a little bit wide there. Don't want to get caught on that pavement there because are they all coming into pits? No, it's just Hack coming into pits. Jar Jar carries on in P10, but King Luke does get past him thanks to that maybe misunderstanding of what Hack was going to do there. Jar Jar was following him. Maybe didn't realise he was going into the pits. Tesco's now is a lot closer to Luke there, coming through the second sector. Woody still in P1. Stepney Luke and Tesco Meal Deals following closely behind. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, sorry. So Drac is closed up on Tesco's here. He's just closed up about just over half a second to Tesco's, with these two battling ahead of him. It's obviously slowing Tesco's up a bit and allowing Drac to come closer. Okay, sorry about that. So Woody and Stephanie Luke trade places again. Again, Woody with the lock-up into the hairpin. Tesco's will be making a few notes about that. He'll be wanting to do something about that, as we have Titan and Wacky Racer in a little battle there. Titan getting past Wacky. Titan does have fresher medium tyres. Hybrid is catching up to the back of Batman then. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Does not make a move into turn 1. Batman did have DRS from F1 Hack ahead of him. Bevan, 2 seconds behind Adam Sweet, who is 2 seconds behind Salty Stevens, who is 1 second behind his team, his teammate now. So Salty Stevens has moved back up to where he was. So he does have the speed to get back up there. He's not too far away now. Jar Jar Bing still behind King Luke. King Luke did pass him earlier on, I think a lap and a bit ago. Woody comes into the pits. He is the first of the top 3 to jump into the pits. Stepney Luke, he'll want to put his foot down here. We have... Oh, no, just yellow flags out in Sector 3. That is for Batman. Looking like he's gone a bit wide. Who is the second driver coming into the pits? Was it William? Was William coming into the pits? So William followed Woody into the pits. Woody is now coming out of the pits. Will he stay ahead of Adam the Sweet? Will Adam the Sweet get him? I think Adam the Sweet will get past him. No, he won't. So Woody drops from P2 down to P11. Again, a lock up into the hairpin. So where does that put him? So he is now 19 seconds behind Stepney Luke. So what is Stepney Luke going to do here? Coming to the end of Sector 2. Sorry, my dog was in the way. Coming towards the end of Sector 2, the final sector, sorry. Will he come into the pits this lap? Let's see what happens. We got to have... So Woody is now 18 seconds behind him. He's closing quite rapidly. Will Stepney Luke come into the pits this lap? He will not. Stepney Luke stays out. So as Woody closes up within 17 seconds now. Destroyer Drac is the next of the top to come into pits, followed by Bam. Just put that back to intervals right now. We'll have a look at the old tyre changes shortly. King Luke now up into P4. Everybody making the pits. He is the highest. No, Stepney Luke. Obviously, he's on the medium tyres. Tesco's also on medium tyres as well. So Tesco's and Stepney Luke dragging out as much rubber as they can from these medium tyres. Not sure if it's really going to work for them, as where is Woody? He is now 17 seconds behind Stepney Luke, so he's lost just under a second this time round. As you see, Woody is the leading car to have made a pit stop. Is Stepney Luke gonna come into the pits on this lap? We'll just follow him round the final corner. He is not coming into pits, and Tesco follows suit as well. Wacky Racer just up the road. He'll want to be getting out of the way of the two front runners coming through. That's not to hold up their progress, as Stepney Luke still in the lead. WBA comes into the pits to get rid of those medium tyres. He's had enough. Jar Jar Bing moves up into P3. Salty Stevens P4. Moody P5. Woody 6. Are these drivers? Which of these drivers are on tyres? So Salty Stevens is benefiting at the moment from the hard tyres. Everybody else on the mediums coming into the pits now. Woody P6 now, so it's I think it's looking a bit better for Woody at the moment, as Hybrid picks up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's not going to help his evening at any time now. He's had a little session in the gravel trap for the beginning of this race. I'm not sure what happened with Moody getting very squirrely coming out of the corner and trying to get the power down. Moody following his Red Bull teammate on the hard tyres there. So Salty Stevens is going to benefit. Jar Jar being how late can he stay out? As Stepney Luke and Tesco's trading places, they're side by side. Is there going to be contact? Tesco's takes over the lead from Stepney Luke. Jar Jar is still continuing on his way. Gets passed by Salty Stevens on the harder tyres. Jar Jar goes down the fourth. Woody gets past Moody with the fresh hard tyres now. He'll want to get past Jar Jar as quick as he can here. Obviously Salty Stevens, but gets past Jar Jar with very little difficulty there. Cruised past him, literally missed it, blinked for an eye and he was gone. So he's going to want to get up to Salty Stevens quickly, but these two could potentially work a little bit together in order to close them down. But Salty is now 15 seconds behind Stepney Luke and Tesco Mildew. So how much are they thinking the hards are going to drop off towards the end of this this race? Because obviously the longer they're out on mediums, the better their hard tyres will be towards the end of the race. But at what cost is it going to be? Because they've already lost now just about 3.5, 4 seconds over 2 laps, 3 laps, 4 laps. As Salty comes into the pits, Jar Jar is now into the pits. So they've had enough of their medium tyres. As Salty putting on another pair of hard tyres there. Is Salty going? Does he know something I don't? Is it going to rain? But that is an interesting decision. Kershko's still out in the lead from Stepney Luke. Woody now 14 seconds behind him, and he will be closing down quickly now that he has some free air. Moody still out on the medium tyres. Destroyer Drac is also on the medium tyres. William on the hard tyres. Just watching it all unfold in front of him. Sorry. Bam. As Brown said, we have yellow flags out in sector 1. That is Hybrid, who has lost his front end plate. Not sure what happened there. Stepney Luke and Tesco both are in the pits. Stepney Luke going into his pit box now. Tesco does get out ahead of him, but Woody does regain the lead. Destroyer Drac up into P2, Moody up into P3. No, William up into P3 now. He's making his moves on the medium runners. Moody in P4, Tesco's comes out in P5, and Stepney Luke comes out in P6. So Tesco's is roughly 6-7 seconds behind Woody now. And when they all came in, Woody, I believe, was the third. No, he was P2 when he came in, and he now has a 6-second lead, or maybe 7-second lead over Tesco's, and a little bit more over Stepney Luke, who's almost out of DRS range of Tesco meal deals here. So that's going to be, their tyres obviously will be better. There's yellow flags out in the end of this sector. I think it's for the kick of Hybrid getting out of the way of his counterpart in front of him. That's unfortunate for Hybrid. He qualified very well when he was up, and then just unfortunate collision really at the beginning of the race, and it put him into the gravel. And then he's just had an unfortunate race today. Moody comes into the pits now. He'll have a 10-second penalty. That was not planned. Puts on the hard tyres. He will have 10 seconds added to his time later on. But we have Woody now nearly 4.5 seconds ahead of Destroyer Drac. William in P3, still yet to pit is William. Tesco's in P4, does have his Ferrari teammate in front of him. Will there be team orders? Will William be moving out of the way and allowing Tesco to deal with it. They're obviously Tesco's through, so they're obviously on a very different strategy, and this could cause Tesco's a lot of problems if he doesn't get past his teammate quicker. He is on fresher tyres, so he'll want to get past as quick as he can. But William doesn't look like he's letting him go, so this is going to hamper Tesco's race a lot here. Like, I know William there's no team orders at Ferrari, so it's down to them on track who's going to get past. But William, not letting Tesco's pass. William is getting a move done on destroyed track though, so that is why he didn't want to let him pass. Goes round the outside. Is he going to maintain it? He does look like he's got it done. Destroyed track drops down to P3 now, and he is on 17 lap old mediums, I believe, unless no, he has fresh tyres on. Okay, so he has fresh mediums on. William and Woody have fresh hards on. Are people two stopping? Have I missed pit stops? Is Destroyer Track trying to go to the end on the mediums? That is insane. I mean, it could happen. I've seen crazy things, but Tesco's getting past just about. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there as Tesco's almost takes out his teammate. All out of shape coming into that corner there, as not quite sure what was going on. Tesco's obviously wanting desperately to get past Destroyer Drag, and maybe he's getting a bit frustrated. Maybe feels like he's being held up by his teammate there, but his teammate is letting him pass now. Tesco's up into P2. Williams defending hard there from Destroyer Drag. Destroyer Drag there, who saw an opportunity to try and get past William there because Tesco's obviously getting past him. Stepney Luke now behind Destroyer Drag. Tesco's needs to get up the field now. He needs to break away from William. He needs William to hold the rest of them up. He needs to give him a couple of seconds, get up the road, and then hopefully can get after Woody in P1. But he doesn't seem to be closing the gap on him too much at the minute. Stepney Luke trying to get past Track, goes up the inside. Track has the outside line and remains on the inside for the next corner, but Stepney Luke is keeping his nose in there as King Luke has left the session. If race control could please add him back. Williams doesn't take any risk into that corner. Sorry, bear with me a second. Sorry, I do apologise. Sorry, Stepney Luke looks like he's going to get a run on Destroy Track, but both have DRS. Destroy Track doesn't go defensive. William is still in P3. He's doing a fantastic job now holding up the rest of the drivers, as Tesco's now has a 2-second gap between him and his teammate. Woody still 5.5 seconds off the road, so he doesn't have to push too hard at the minute, as just conserve his battery, use it when he needs, and just keep himself calm. Doesn't need to do anything outrageous right now, and will hopefully, as William is still holding up the cars behind him, which is working well for Tesco and very well for Woody as well. Not working well for Stepney Luke here, who was with the top two up until the pit stops. Woody had played a blinder. He has come back out into P1 now, but Tesco's is closing them down quite quickly, as we see William being overtaken now by Stepney Luke into turn 1. William didn't really need to defend it too much, because with Stepney Luke being on fresher tyres. Stepney Luke up into P3 past William. Destroyer Drac still staying up there. William did a fantastic job there for his teammate though, just holding up these drivers, just giving them a 3.5 second breathing space. Tesco's is slowly closing up onto Woody, and I don't know who's going to have the better tyres here. I mean, obviously Tesco's will have the better tyres. I do know who's going to have the better tyres, because it will be Tesco's. But has he left in too much to do? Because his tyres will obviously start feeling the pain as well as time goes on. William has dropped now a second behind to Stepney Luke. Bam, Destroy Drac comes into the pits. Bam takes over P5. WBA obviously P6. William is still continuing around. We'll just have another quick look at the old tyres. As we see Woody, 11 lap old tyres, 5 laps fresher tyres for Luke and Tesco Meadows in P3 and P2. William on 11 lap old tyres as well. Bam on 10 lap old tyres. 9 laps, roughly everybody's on fresh. Obviously Destroy Drax coming for some fresh tyres. Titans on soft tyres. Titans made 3 pit stops today, Wacker Racer made 2, and everybody else on 1 stop apart from Destroy Drac, who's on 2 pit stops. Position changes: Woody up 1, Tesco's up 2, Luke down 2, Williams up 3, Bam is up 4, WBA down 3, Baker Gaming is another one of the big movers, up 4 positions. Moody and Adam the Sweep both up 5 positions each. They are the biggest movers of this evening. So Drac will be coming up to Adam the Sweet here. He will be on fresher tyres. He shouldn't cause too much of an issue. As Adam the Sweet, as I say that, Adam the Sweet nearly loses the back end of his car completely, and in that process Destroy Drac almost went through the Haas driver himself, as Hack comes into the pitch now to get rid of those hard tyres. And we're going to snip back up. So Tesco's has closed down a further second on Woody. So the tyres are coming to play, or is it that Tesco's has the quicker car this evening? William still holding up everybody else, or is he just sort of not so much holding him up as just having his own little race, just staying with them, and then he's going to wait? Probably, is he going to pit again? Will those tyres go to the end? Not entirely sure. Bam. Having a sterling job here for the Mercedes team. But one Mercedes is up in P5, the other one unfortunately lagging down. As I say this, bam! As I say this, comes into pits too fast, picks up a 10 second for speeding in the pit lane. Just said he was having a good race, and then he has the unfortunate errors. Hack gets past Batman before the end of sector 2. Bam comes into the coming out of the pits now. Drac puts in the fastest lap of the race. Salty Stevens up to P8, Jar Jar up to P7. It's been a race of strategy today rather than raw pace. I think with 13 laps to go and tyres are... Is Woody going to get another 13 laps out of those hard tyres? Is he going to have to pit again? And if he does pit again, what's he going on to? Because he started on mediums, came in for hards. Is he going to pit? And if so, when? When will he pit again? As I say this, he comes into the pits right now. So there we have it, Woody into the pits for his final pit stop of the race. He's going to go and put on a fresh pair of hard tyres to the end of the race. He will not be coming in again. William also comes into pits with a fresh pair of hard tyres. He will not be coming in again. Baker Gaming coming into the pits. I assume he's going to be on for the hard tyres as well. So Tesco's and Stepney Luke. Tesco's now 5 seconds up the road from Stepney Luke, thanks to William holding up Stepney Luke and everybody else. Again, fantastic job there from William for his teammate. Sacrificed much of his race to give Tesco's the biggest opportunity to get the top spot this evening. 7 Luke started obviously P1, now down into P2, some 5 seconds drift of Tesco's. WBA, not sure where he started, let's have a look where he started. He started third. WBA is having a good race, he's back up into P3 where he started. He'll want to continue where he is. William getting past Salty Stevens holding in the inside line, but William does have the fresher tyre and has DRS as the Salty Stevens, but William does get past him with ease. He's now up behind Drac, who came into the pits about a lap earlier than William, so both relatively fresh on tyres. Moody, I also think he did come into the pits because he got his penalty. No, he didn't, as Destroyer Drac just zoomed past him there. It almost looked like Moody was going slow, almost like today's F1 drivers, F1 cars just running out of energy down the end of the straight. Let's have a position change there. We have a look at tyres. So Woody, fresh hard tyres will go to the end of the race. Question is now, when will Luke and Tesco's pit? Because they are only, where's Woody? They're only 15 seconds ahead, so they don't want to wait too long. Wait any longer, and I think Woody's going to pretty much have this one in the bag. Looking to get past WBA right now, as he goes past him before the start-finish line into turn 1, with the Aston red in front of him. Will be getting blue flags to get out of the way, and hopefully that won't cause him any issue as Woody locks up, because the Aston is not getting out of the way. There he does, he finally gets out of the way, and Woody will carry on. He's now 10 seconds behind Stepney Luke, closing in about 3 tenths a sector by the looks of things. So this is going to be the moment of when do these two pit? When does Tesco's pit? Does he pit now? Is this the moment that Tesco pits? Or is he going to go for a little bit longer and then go onto the soft tyres to the end of the race? He doesn't come in this lap, so he is going round further. Woody now within 10 seconds of Stepney Luke ahead of him. When are these two going to come into the pits? There's a very quick look down. William is now still right behind Destroyer Drac, who is behind Jar Jar. Being Drac will have DRS. I don't think Jar Jar's going to put too much of a fight up here. Will William follow Drac round? He doesn't. He wasn't close enough. So William now looking to get past Jar Jar into this little corner here. Jar Jar, I think, just moved out of the way. He didn't want to get taken out. It was a fair move. There was space, but yeah, I think Jar Jar knew that William was going to come through one way or the other, so why fight it? The closest battle we have on track right now is William and Destroyer Drac. I believe they're both William is within 1 second of Destroyer Drac, so he will be using that to get closer to him and hopefully make a pass down into turn 1. Woody now just under 8 seconds behind Stepney Luke. He is closing in on him, but what will William do here? Will he be close enough to have a go at Destroyer Drac at the end of the straight? He's closing fast, closing, moves to the inside. Drac doesn't look like he puts up too much of a fight there. Drac trying to hold it around the outside, breaks late as he can, but he has to surrender that position over to William. William up into P6 will now look to chase down Bam as well, although Bam, I believe, has the 10-second penalty. Let's have a quick Luke-ski penalties. Yes, Bam has a 10-second penalty and Moody has a 10-second penalty. They are the only penalties this evening, as all drivers keeping it within the white lines so far. It's just the pit stops, the pit line where they have to slow to a certain speed. It's catching two drivers. Well, it caught a couple of drivers out, I think, but they've since served their 10-second penalty. And yeah, Woody now just over 6 seconds off Stephen Luke. Stephen Luke is staying around the 5.5 second mark away from Tesco's. Is Tesco's planning to take those tyres to the end? What is his tyre situation? 14 laps, another 7 to go. I mean, it'll be close. I don't think they will last to the end. I need someone to tell me whether they'll survive to the end of the race. I don't think they will. But Destroyer Drac, William has closed right up on Bam now, within the 1 second window. So he will be looking to get past him. But Destroyer Drac is hounding that Ferrari in the Alpine all over the back of him. Before he's going to make a little lunge down into the turning there, but thought better of it, as X says, if they manage the tyres right, they'll be fine. Okay then, so Tesco's and Luke could make it to the end of the race on their tyres. Woody, again, closing down quite rapidly though. It's just over 6 laps to go. Can Woody close down over? Well, he's going to need 2 seconds a lap if he wants to get anywhere near Tesco's here. He's 10 seconds behind Tesco's. William looking to get past Bam. Bam doesn't fight it. No need to fight that, but he almost nudges him into turn 1. Moody getting past Jar Jar being there and trying to make up some places that he will unfortunately have to drop down. Maybe two places, I think, toward the end of the race here, if things stay as they are. But Woody must have heard me say something, because he's now pulled in nearly a second on Stepney Luke just through this lap alone, coming towards the end of the lap. But he's pulled in a second nearly on Stepney Luke. Stepney Luke staying within around the 5 second mark to Tesco's. So Woody could be on course for catching Stepney Luke for sure, but will he have enough to catch up to Tesco's? 1 stop is possible, I think the 2 stop is faster, or at least a lot safer, says Deck in chat. Yeah, I don't think I've ever 1 stopped at Zandvoort, but I am not of the caliber of a tier 1 driver. I think I've definitely 2 stopped at Zandvoort. Jar Jar coming. Well, no, we passed by Moody, but he just wants to stay within the 1 second window to see if he can do anything about that. Drac as King Luke, and Adam Sweet moves out the way of King Luke, letting him through. William now right behind KL39. Will be looking to get past him. What tyres have KL got? KL's got 19 lap old tyres. William on 7 lap old tyres, so relatively new compared to Kyle. 17 laps for Tesco, 16 for Luke, and 7 for Woody. Woody now within 3 seconds of Stephen Luke ahead, but we'll stick with this battle here because Bam, Destroyer Drac will all be looking to get past KO as William moves very much to the inside there, trying to, I think WPA did want to defend, but he has now lost 3 places, I think, almost 3 places. He has now lost 3 places through that. Destroyer Drac past him, Bam past him, and William is past him as well. William is looking to finish P4 as things stand. Bam Under pressure now from Destroyer Drac. William is kind of galloping up the road a little bit, but Bam has clawed it back towards the end of this sector. Woody now within 1.5 seconds nearly of the Williams of Stephen Luke. He will see him everywhere around on the circuit now. He'll know he's close, but he's still 4.5 seconds, 4.5 seconds off Tesco's in P1. So he's going to have a lot of work to do in the last 3 laps, Woody, if he wants to close up onto Tesco meal deals here. I think Tesco's has, if he saves it, like that says, has looked after his tyres, he can survive another 3 laps. He will take your victory today, and that will be a fantastic victory for the Ferrari driver. Stephanie Luke closed up by about 0.5 seconds that lap. Woody almost within touching distance of the DRS. Will he get DRS before the detection window? He looks like he's going to get it. Stephanie Luke looked like he ran a little bit wide there, but Woody is within the 1 second now of the Williams driver ahead, so he will have DRS coming down this straight here. He will have DRS down the main straight if he stays within that 1 second, which I think he will do. So race on for P2. Can Stephanie Luke do anything to hold Woody back? Will Woody just get straight past him? Let's stay on board with Woody. I think Stephanie Luke might be a little bit too far ahead. Woody is saving some battery. I think Luke was a little bit too far ahead on that lap. We'll nip back down to Bam, who will have DRS on William. Will the Ferrari of William be able to do anything to keep him back? How much battery does Bam have? How much battery does William have? William looks like it's safely maintaining the lead there, as Woody has had an accident. Woody is out of the race. We have yellow flags. Woody has retired from the race. What has happened to Woody? He's dropping down the order, so it looks like the race will fall to Tesco Meal Deals. I'm not seeing a VSE or a safety car out. So, as things stand, Tesco is going to be a race leader, though Stephen Luke has closed up a second this lap. He's going to have to do a lot more if he wants to catch P1 there, but I don't think he's going to do it. William looks like he's going to finish in P3 unless Destroyer Drac has anything to say. Woody, what happened? I need to know what happened to Woody. I'm hoping someone saw that. If there was contact between himself and Luke, I don't know if there was, but oh, that is unfortunate for Woody. He was doing so well, and he was almost back up to P2 there, but yeah, Bevan 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Tesco's still 3 seconds up the road. I don't think Luke has anything to say about that. Bam still following William round. Drac is trying desperately to get past Bam. He wants to attack William. He wants P3 for himself as well. But has William got enough to take him across the line into P3? It would be a fantastic result for the Ferrari drivers. And I don't know. I think as King Luke is closing up behind Salty, Bevan picks up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. King Luke is closing up on Salty. Stevens is the Haas driver, gonna make a move up into P11. I want to go back to Tesco's because he started his final lap. Kept it at 2 seconds. I don't think Stephen Luke's going to be able to do anything about him for the rest of this race. But King Luke not able to do anything on Salty Stevens there. But he will have DRS coming down the main pit straight, and hopefully he'll be able to get past him. He's definitely very close now. Within 3 attempts, DRS is open, battery is deployed. I don't know if Salty's going to have anything he can do here. I think the medium tyres might be falling away. So King Luke moves up into P11 as we'll just slip over to Tesco's here. He's lost a bit of time here. Luke will get DRS. No, he will not get DRS into the final corner. So I think we're looking at the Ferrari of Tesco Meal Deals taking home the race win for the Ferrari team. Stephen Luke P2 in the Williams. William will come across the line in P3 as they round the final corner. We have a Ferrari in P1, we have a Ferrari in P3, Williams in P2, we have Destroyer Drac in the Alpine P4, Bam in P5, WBA comes across the line, moves up to P5, Bam down to P6, Moody up down to P8, Spakey up to P7, Jar Jar moves up to P8 due to Moody's 10-second penalty. F1 Hack will come across the line in P10. King Luke, after making a move on Salty Stevens, got past him and went 3 seconds further up the road. Salty Stevens comes across the line now with Wacky Racer. Adam the Sweet is your final driver across the line. And there you have it, everybody. Your race winner today, Tesco Meal Deals, with the one stop. Made those mediums, that first stint of the mediums, go as long as he possibly could, and then the switch on to hards, and he looked after his tyres very well. Tesco says, took my time last few laps to be safe with a puncher. Good racing for yourself. Good racing there from Tesco's. Good racing, mate. Little break dance up onto the top step there. Oh, and a little handstand on his hand. Oh, no, one-handed handstand. Fantastic effort there. You see him taking all the points this evening. Maximum points, minimal effort, I'm sure, for Tesco's there. And yes, there you have the champagne spraying everywhere. 2 Ferrari drivers on the podiums this evening. Stephen Luke will be upset, I think, with P2, because that pole lap he put in was utterly fantastic, but unfortunately the racecraft wasn't there. It just wasn't there for him today. As I'll just say that this today's race has been eventful. It's kept a lot of drivers on their feet. I'm not going to get any of the things there because, you know, EA. So I can't even say who the game thought the driver of the day was. But I think my driver of the day will go to Tesco's. I think that was a great strategy call from himself. Backed himself, had the confidence to do it, and yeah, came away with today's race victory. Tomorrow night we have, let's have a quick look, we have Tier 3, and we are racing at Canada, I believe it is. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Tier 3 race at Canada. Be here for 8 o'clock to watch the qualifying and the race. On comms tomorrow, I believe we have UFRL William, if I am not mistaken. I think it is. Yeah. So I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. Been some great racing tonight. I'm sure the stewards will be looking into a few things, but as it stands, your race winner, Tesco Meal Deals, Stepney Luke in P2, and UFRL William in P3. I have been Iron Shin, and I hope you'll have a fantastic evening, and please do join us tomorrow for Tier 3. Thank you, and good